we reached a verdict. How to find a defendant?
Guilty. They said he didn't do it. They said that he'd been done the day Jack Parsons took the rap for carrying a gun.
For shooting Andrew Walters, a security guard.
The others all escaped, you see, which made it rather hard.
The jury's verdict guilty was heard around the court,
And Jack was sent to jail. Well, that was what we thought.
They put him in the van with bars. They shut and locked the door.
then lost him in the countryside.
The big hand for Group 4.
Where we sit.
It's simply always full of great occasions. Like the opening of Parliament by the Queen. And if there's been a scandal and a minister resigns,
Not a seat to be had
on either side.
The daily papers that we read are simply always full of sensational stories.
Distorted and blown up, beyond belief.
Yet the press insists that every page of print is honest and to the point.
And always full of truth, both left and right. The TV programmes that we're in are simply always full of clever interviewers,
Like David Dimbleby,
Or Robin Day,
with their scripts, extracting information.
pressing for an answer.
The only thing that's
ever empty
are the promises.
This be the Cabinet Shuffle. Whatever does that mean? They've changed the ministers in charge and announced it to the Queen.
Minister of Education is Chancellor, you see.
President of the Board of Trade is not Home Secretary.
They've all been ducking Ireland. It's easy to see why. They'd rather just be nothing than be blown up in the sky.
Secretary of State of Health is pleased to make the claim. To be a mere backbencher did really seem a shame. With a cabinet so important, it would simply be a crime not to be led by someone strong, a minister in his prime.
We're going back to basics. We're going to get things right. We're going to learn our tables. We're going to learn to write. We have to read the charters, work out income tax. We have to spell our names okay and operate the facts. We have to bring up children, seen and never heard. We have to build the family without a swearing word. We have to teach the criminals that crime just doesn't pay, and learn to love our neighbours in a caring sort of way. You'll know we've been successful. It'll be quite plain to see when the Queen looks like Victoria and a loaf costs 1 and 3.
And liquidation.
A great nation, may the Lord make us truly thankful.
It's simply not worth asking. I really couldn't say why politicians like myself are going to get more pay. We run the country after all, under pressure and great stress. It's up to our MPs, you know, to keep us running the best. It's necessary to put up tax and economically sound. We're really looking after your valuable pound. Black Wednesday really was a blip. Unfortunate, I know, but not worth harping on about, so let's get on and go. And things are looking up right now, with inflation way down low. Coming out of the recession, no problems with cash flow. It's just a question how to spend, and where to cut the fees. Of course it's public spending, it's your pay that will freeze. You'll see I'm right when years have passed. I'm really not a wrecker. Have faith and put your trust in me. Chancellor of the Exchequer.
We're busy going backwards. Oh, what a wonderful plan. We'd like to improve standards, but we're not really sure we can. We're busy going nowhere. And what have we got to show? Overwhelming unemployment
And school leavers on the dole.
Make boys and girls learn Latin and learn all the history dates. Give multiple choice on the facts of life
Dissect Shakespeare and translate. Memorise the Bible. Have hymn practice every day. Know Mozart lived and died. Yes, set youngsters on the way. We're busy going backwards to a time when life was great, when control was simply child's play in a class of 48. Oh, what a wonderful land, living on clouds with the cuckoos, with our heads buried in the sand.
In 1993, we're pouring money into health. New plans we now propose. Of course, there's been a sacrifice, and wards have had to close. Good management important, a private enterprise. Fund holding doctors to the front, cut the public down to size. With money following patients, the advantage please see. In the slim, efficient NHS, where the only pain is me. And here's one we made earlier.
Oh, what do you think of the match then? Well, it was a close match as you saw, but the best team won in the end. And the toaster, an ordinary household item, this could be a potential death trap.
Don't miss the last night of the proms.
There, that'll teach you from not praying in the Queen's bed. TV programmes, the BBC, broadcasting at its best. Waiting for a simple check. We've been here for an hour. A real pain in the neck. And nurse keeps walking past us. The queue is getting long. It's stretched into the hallway. Maybe we've got it wrong.
Oh, Mrs. Margaret Plunkett, the doctor will see you now. He's running 50 minutes late, although I can't see how. We used up our allowance some months ago, you see, so no more operations without a private fee. The doctor should have time to spare, an ideal well-done guest. Thank goodness for the policies and a thriving NHS.
Negotiations continue. The Middle East. Iraqi spokesman says Bosnia falls apart. A bomb explodes. Men die. IRA admit responsibility. Tragedy. Condemnation. Defeat.
Troops pull out, at last break through. Peace not successful, countrymen united, relief aid welcome, set free, found alone well, courage, present, victory. England hopes dashed.
Information leaked. Job losses. Manager sacked. Appalling weather conditions. Homes destroyed. Palace spokesman denies press allegations.
terrorist intimidation, unemployment, fraud, protests.
Britain pioneers, life-saving procedure, new project launched, miracle baby, found safe, look forward to, heat wave, U-turn climb down, peaceful demonstration, achievement, funds raised, profits up, success, celebration.
Your world, see through our eyes,
On the spot reporting,
on the hour,
every hour,
every day.
that's all we have for you tonight.
Where did the red and white striped tie?
What does the panel think of sending our troops into war?
Of course it's right for us to fight. Can't leave the people there to rot. So let's defend them on the spot.
A caring nation such as we will fight for peoples to be free. We'll start a fund and send in aid, so no one will be left afraid.
When bombs are falling from the skies and tears are falling from our eyes, and tanks go travelling through the land with people dancing hand in hand.
When all the towns are blown away, thank God they'll say you saved the day. We always knew you stood for right. We knew you'd help us in our fight.
And is the question satisfied with how the panel has replied?
I think it's sad the lofty plan takes little notice of common man.
Business news this week, business interests in Europe.
Hargreaves is a businessman. He's British, lives in Hull, smart house in Hull. He's doing rather well. Tom works for Blakely & Co. They're selling a new line in specialist articles. It's really rather fun. He's the market manager and bidding for the best to secure contracts in Europe and hopes to stand the test. He's just returned from Venice, travels on to Semi Spain, returning home for breakfast. That's if he gets the train. The company CAS TV control does not pollute the air. Goes on the channel tunnelling while Tom is free from care. At Kenny, there is time to stop to use his Euro card. Draw money for the trip to Rome. He was really working hard. And how much easier it will be after 1992 with the European Central Bank dispensing common use at Q. New contracts safely in the bag. He's pleased to go back home to rest and catch up on the news before his trip to Rome. Via satellite TV, Tom checks for Euro weather. And also catches business news if he's equal hard together. There's talk of Burns merger, but it's just a brutal can. It's no big deal though, Tom's hard, a European man.
Let's privatise the railways. We must get up and go. Of course the trains will run on time, provided there's no snow. Crowded platforms are growing. Some trains we can't locate, but there'll always be a service, and you won't be very late. Renovate the carriages, update the old design. There'll only be a problem if there are leaves upon the line. Speed back from Europe, the high-speed sleek express is everyone's desire. Although I must confess, emerging from the tunnel, a slower pace overall. It's known to all in Britain as doing the Kentish crawl.
Welcome to Ringit. Come for a drink. We have some planning to do, I think. Meet to a tasting of Georgian Crown. Dream up some ideas and set them down. So we met together in the lounge bar and solved the problem over a jar. On the cigarette packet, we'd soon begun to plan the national curriculum. Of course, we'd have to start with the core. Compulsory subjects will make it law. Maths and English and science, you see. Then the necessary extras like PE and art and music, technology, languages, history and geography. Religious instructions fits in with the scheme. Then there are cross-curricular themes. Citizenship, careers and wealth, Full education, including health, and understanding of economics and industrial matters quite astronomical.
Oh yes, and the environment. A very precious issue for the government.
I'll tell you something we ought to mention, a cross-curricular dimension.
Like qualities and special needs, make sure every school succeeds.
There'll be attainment targets and key stages. We haven't had fun like this for ages.
One table to 10.
Take-off marks are not using pen.
But hang on, doesn't the GCSE has 7th grade go down to G? What grade can we give to those who sail actually get to the top of the scale?
Let's fudge the issue. It's quite bizarre. Just give him an A and add a star. Well, that'll do for a start, I think. How about another drink? It won't take long to develop this text. You'll start on teacher assessment next.
Well, sitting sats, we all thought that we must be brats when National Sats Day claimed that they just weren't at what we were at. We raised our hats because the sats seemed to have scat, and we're proud that those silly sats became MCAS. Now fancy that.
Our parents always tell us that what we mustn't do is to start making cigarettes to make our lungs turn blue.
At school there's such a hoo-ha. The riot act is read. If any one of us gets caught smoking behind the shed, doctors in hospital agree that we'd be simply mad to ignore all the warnings and make ourselves feel bad. So the government are banning advertising near our school and are making every student obey a simple rule. It is that when we're on the move, away from home and free, we carry with us paper bags to don in case we see the dreaded billboard poster advertising a cigarette. A really sound proposal and one we'll not forget.
Terrace, beneath the bridge at Waterloo. Accommodation comprises 1 2x4 rectangular space, 8 square feet of luxury for category A. Walls are breathtaking 7mm thick, guaranteed to keep out the cold, the frost, the rain, the stares of people passing by. Only one previous owner, and now deceased. His days were numbered. Once he left his northern home, came looking for work. At interviews they'd ask, address, and no fixed abode, so they'd not employ him. Parks, shop doorways and subways were his haunts, till finally an electric substation sealed his fate. But the cardboard was good, a strong, robust container, 2x4, got to be viewed, not to be missed. Only one previous owner, whose only fault in life was time.
We'll never see the action. No communication. You know what's on the basics. There's no proportional representation.
The time has come for you to die because you told a great big lie and thought that it was right, you see, to keep the house in secrecy. But what you did was wrong, you know. The people always tell you so. And on your knees you must repent. Can't have MPs for a vent. To you it wasn't quite the truth. To us it really wasn't key. As the stories each day unfold, how many fibs have now been told? So why is it necessary not to tell the whole truth on the spot? Public interest is the cry. Another great big porcupine.
This Martin Prior reporting for the BBC by the Houses of Parliament in London by the Thames. I'm here for an exclusive interview with the Speaker of the House. The Speaker is a lady, although she
she could quite well be male, or a chairperson, or the chair. The speaker is enlightened. She's a speaker, not a squeaker, nor a streaker, nor a sneaker, nor a shrieker, just the speaker of the house. She has flair, so beware. If you swear, she will glare from her chair. Fair speaker of the house. She will speak every week with technique. Without cheek, she's unique, our speaker of the house. She will appear quite sincere, and we'll hear her persevere. So we'll cheer, Madam Speaker of the House. So I will wait for a day to create good debate from the great Lady Speaker of the House. Meanwhile, Martin Pryor, BBC News, Westminster.
Then heckle and make noises till one of them gives way.
We'll put up all the prescriptions.
We'll close down the mines.
Increase TV licence fees.
Put VAT on wines.
We'll send arms those who like them.
Ban additives in food.
Make shops close every weekday. Get press reporters sued.
We'll make all dentists go private and reduce the nurses' pay.
We'll stick up all the railway fares.
And set teachers in our way. And when the country's had enough and is about to change direction, we'll reverse all the policies before the next election.
What do you mean you don't understand? Where does confusion arise? Basics that we're going back to are staring us all in the eyes. It's perfectly simple. Just do what is right. It was time we were all made to care. Something that some of us find hard to make out, especially the lot over there. Whilst on this side, we find spineless jellies who have gone wobbly, which we know thought were dropping back to basics, losing values that seem to have gone. Let me share with them 10 commandments, when it happened people know. When to say please and thank you, raise a hat to a lady and go. To offer a seat when needed, help the elderly cross the road, never drink and drive, and never just take what they're own. They know not to rape or to murder or take away life, and will never, if they're married, take anyone else's husband or wife.
Our MP went on discussing discipline in school, about how things used to be when silence and respect was the rule. You simply had to admire all the goodness of such a man, spending his life doing good to old ladies. It seemed like the ideal plan.
But we wondered if standing for teachers of maths was particularly fine. If things on the blackboard were not understood, since the 10 Commandments of Welling were 9.
I know some MPs went into decline.
I know it's not fine.
It's going to decline.
Perhaps they'll resign. I know some MPs who were out doing fun, thought their careers had begun.
But were then on the run. They were then on the run
To stop the decline, I know it's not fine.
It's going to decline.
Perhaps they'll resign.
I know some MPs whose morals were low.
Oh, where did they go? Oh, yes, we all know. Oh, yes, we all know.
They were then on the run.
To stop the decline, I know it's not fine.
It's going to decline.
Perhaps they'll resign.
I know some MPs who obviously lied.
Oh, how they cried when they were denied. They obviously lied.
Oh, yes, we all know.
They were then on the run.
To stop the decline, I know it's not fine.
It's going to decline.
Perhaps they'll resign.
I know some MPs who can't get it right.
Especially at night. Perhaps they're not right. They can't get it right. They obviously lied.
Oh, yes, we all know.
They were then on the run.
To stop the decline, I know it's not fine.
It's going to decline.
Perhaps they'll resign.
I know some MPs are on the wrong track.
They got the sack.
This backbiting must stop. It's no good hurling insults until one of us must drop. We ought to set examples. Bad behaviour just offends. So let's go back to basics and show
They will now